What do you got?
I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea.
What the hell is a mens rea?
It's a legal term the lawyers use. It just means the intention to commit a crime.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Mens rea?
Put the cuffs on him.
How could we have gotten mens rea? We take blood? Can you do it without taking blood? We both use condoms. How is this possible? I want to see a doctor. Can I have an independent blood test?
Money!
I feel sick.
What are you doing?
Mens rea! Oh! Oh! My God!
Who was it? Who could it possibly be? Was it, oh, I don't know. Satan?
Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you, whatever you're doing. And to the people, the one important person that there's three people backstage. One of them we've been talking to. It looks fine now. Well, that'll come into play here later. Anyway, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, however many people are plan on being involved and however many times you're going to do it, etc., etc. I'm just glad you're doing it here on my channel, Legal Vices. It's me, Legal Vices, sporting the new Law Racks merchandise. Everybody should enjoy your Legal Vices. So there you go. Merch link down below. We've got our Law Racks merchandise. Anywho, here we're back to Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, the dramatic reading of all of these sidebars. We're going to be doing day 9 and possibly day 10 today. But before we do that, quickly, because we got a lot of ground to cover and a little time to do it today, the cocktail of the day. That's the important part of the stream. I know that's what everybody's really here for, just the cocktail of the day. Today's cocktail today centers around Freddie Mercury. It's Freddie Mercury's birthday today, everybody. And so today I thought we would have Freddie Mercury's go-to drink, which was vodka tonic. He used Stolichnaya, but I don't have that, so I'm using Ukrainian Nemirov vodka. And I would like to think Freddie didn't measure shit. He just poured stuff in, and then he balanced it out. So pour yourself enough vodka, and then top it off with some tonic water. He didn't even put a slice of lemon or lime. He just went full vodka tonic. And I'm sure if the Law Racks merchandise would have existed back then, he would have used the Law Racks merchandise cup. So, Freddie Mercury, happy birthday. And here is your favorite go-to nighttime drink. Not the gin tonic, the vodka tonic. Cheers. Vodka. And all right, get that out of the way. And surprising note, you'd all think that Jimmy Buffett's favorite drink was a margarita. He actually didn't drink margaritas. His go-to nearly all the time drink was simply tequila on the rocks with a twist of lime. All right, with that out of the way, I think we have it all done. Just remember to hit that like and subscribe button. We currently have 200 people and 115 likes. That means 85 of you haven't done your job. Get down there, hit that like button. I know we haven't said anything yet and haven't given you a reason to like anything yet, but yeah, go ahead and do it anyway. Believe in us, trust in us, put your faith in here. Praise Bob. We are all on the same page. So, after you've done that, after you've hit the like and subscribe buttons and made sure you're still subscribed if you think you're already done so, come on over here and take our like and subscribe poll for the day. Did you hit the like and subscribe buttons like a dog stepping on a bee, like Amber smashing a vodka bottle, destroyed it like Spiegel's career, and crushed like Amber's career? That's our like and subscribe poll for the day. We'll check back in an hour or so and see how that's going. All right. In order of the way they are appearing here on the bottom of my screen, we will introduce our guests, our first guest, who was newly joined the very last time we did this, the voice of so many women in the trial, the queen of the feminist characterizations herself, Chandler Remington.
Good morning. Hi, everybody.
How are you doing? Chandler Remington, folks. She will be here. We'll decide who does what voices later, but I suspect she'll be doing the voices of some of the women.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I'm done for that.
Just a hint, just an inkling, I believe. And speaking of someone who definitely won't be doing the voice of too many women, but we can't rule the possibility out, it is the always devilishly handsome and today bespectacled Aussie Overlord.
G'day, peeps. How we doing?
We are doing awesome. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Yeah, can't complain. Cannot complain.
Great. Wow, and I've just noticed something that we'll comment on when we bring up our fourth and final guest of the day, back by popular demand, and because she hates sleep and doesn't want anything to do with it. It is the award-winning actress, star of such great hits like
Jennifer's
Transformers.
Body. Yeah.
Megan Fox.
I'm here. I'm back. How's the camera? Is it working now? I had
Yes.
some packet loss issues.
And she's wearing her Amber Heard shirt.
I'm wearing my Objection Hearsay Men Too shirt. Yes.
I love
All right,
it.
and what I was gonna say, I just noticed we all have this sort of blue thing going on today.
Oh.
We didn't
We
even
are?
plan that.
Yeah, I
We didn't,
know.
we didn't coordinate our outfits at all, just for the audience.
It's all telepathy.
It's
That's
a
pretty
total
cool.
coincidence. I like that.
It's all pretty cool.
Good looking group.
Well, we are here and we have a plethora of sidebars to deal with today. Like I said, it took us
can't
2 hours
wait.
to get through one day last time because there were so many objections. This is partially Johnny Depp's cross-examination, which spawned so many, like I said, so many sidebars. Last time we did this on, was it Friday? Monday? Oh yeah, Monday was
Friday.
just to be Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally took 2 hours to go through one day of sidebars. But let's see. Today we have day 9, which is Johnny Depp and Ben King on the stand. So we won't be racing through these because we have to stretch this out and sort of grift on this as long as we possibly can. So
By the way, Jeff, I gotta say, I
Yes.
really like your merch. I think I'm gonna need one of those pint glasses. That is
I think so too.
cool.
It's pretty good, right?
That is so good. Yeah, and this t-shirt I made back during the trial. So it's funny, I happened to be sleeping in this last night. I told you I was going to come here in my pajamas because Jeff
Yeah.
got me out of bed. So I got my kids off to school at 6:30, and what I normally
That's the
do
problem I have with
is
women.
get
I
back
never
in
get
bed.
out of bed. I never get them into bed. That's the problem.
I was just going back to sleep when Jeff was like, sidebars? I'm like, well, I am wearing the appropriate pajama shirt.
Well.
But yeah, I made these back during the trial, and they're a lot of fun. I have an entire collection of Objection Hearsay.
Can I buy one? I really want one.
You can. There's a link that I can drop in the chat, although I don't know if it'll work. Am I a mod on your channel, Jeff?
I believe so, aren't you? Say something.
I don't know. But if I do it through StreamYard, I don't know if it works.
It works.
Maybe I have to go. It does? Okay. All right.
Yes.
Then it's in the chat.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Say
I'll put
Say-
it in the private chat for you, Chandler.
I love
say
it.
something because I'm sure you're a mod here, but say something anyway.
All right, I'll try.
If not, you will be.
I'll have to open YouTube.
I'm so excited. I just love that it says men too on it. I want that so much.
You can just
Yeah,
comment here. And
hashtag men too, because
So good.
you don't have to
men
open
are-
YouTube. You
men
can just
are
comment
also
here in
abused.
StreamYard.
All right, let me see. Testing. Did it come up as a mod? I can't tell because your freaking
Oh,
thing
well,
is in the way.
That's what she
All right,
said.
I have to do the like a
See,
dog
Chandler was
sign.
sniggering before I even got that's what she said out of the way. She's one step ahead of me in the dirty
I'm
mind
not a
department.
mod. Look at this. I'm not a mod.
Rude.
You
Incredible.
You aren't
Rude.
now. Oh, there.
How dare
I
you,
hit
Jeff? How dare you?
I did it, then I hit cancel. So let's do it again. Stop making me laugh. It's hard to click accurately. All right, there we go. Phew.
All right, cool.
You should. Yes, there you go. Megan
it
Fox is
doesn't
now
work. It
the
doesn't
standard
work.
mod for your channel.
Testing.
should.
It still doesn't.
Weird.
Now it comes up. Okay.
There you go.
You have a wrench.
All right. Well,
All is right with the world.
and if I have problems, I also have got one of my coffee mugs as a sample, but I back in the day, the Daryl Brooks day, I did order one of Megan's Grounds coffee mugs before it was ripped from the store.
You
and
might
it
be
came
the
here.
only person who has one, and it was broken.
Yeah, and that happened with my own. It came some assembly required. But this time it's still available, so they're going to send me a new one, and super glue makes it
literally-
look really basic.
They literally took that out of my merch store because they said that it was glorifying violence.
It's a joke about coffee. That's ridiculous.
All it said was grounds.
I mean, oh God, really?
Well,
What the hell is
And-
wrong with people? I mean, they took my $3,000 T-shirt off for being exorbitant, but I then found out
really?
that it's Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, for anyone that is a member on my channel for 12 plus months, I'm giving away a free t-shirt that literally says I've been an Overlord member for 12 months and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. But for anyone that wants to buy it without a membership, it's $3,000. Just, because you got to put something in there. And as it turns out, you're not allowed to use the YouTube logo, you can't use the Rumble logo, can't use the Twitter logo, so it's literally just add over the Aussie Overlord on the back. But yeah, they decided that I was trying to rip people off.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Wait, but the Twitter logo isn't even in use anymore. It's X now. So, I mean, if you're using the old logo, you should be fine. No?
Well, I think I would try to use the X logo anyway, but it's sort of...
Oh.
Yeah. Point is, it was supposed to be a gimmick, and they didn't like it.
I mean...
Oh, well.
Haters gonna hate.
Speaking of us... Yeah, speaking of us here doing our things and haters hating, last time we had Megan Fox on, we're not saying it's because of her. We're just saying because it's that way.
Oh, no.
I got a message the next day saying that we are not suitable for ads. We were blocked from ads because of, quote, shocking content.
Oh my God, I'm telling you, Jeff, it's me. I should get off this stream immediately.
No. It was the Mexican accent that Hayden did. That's my firm opinion, and I'm standing by it.
I fully accept that responsibility. I really do.
It couldn't have been Aussie Overlord's Mexican accent because he didn't do a Mexican accent.
Didn't. It
didn't sound like one, but everybody knew what he was doing. Everybody knew what you were doing. I'm like, how has this man never seen Speedy Gonzalez in his entire life? It's ridiculous. You think he'd be able to imitate that?
It's hilarious. Well, we can't even talk about it because it's going to happen again.
Yeah, you're going to jinx yourself.
Yeah, well, but what we are going to talk about is the hang on, as soon as I'm balancing everybody's microphone volumes because I just went deaf from Chandler's laughing right inside my ear canal.
Oh,
found out that,
whoops.
Everyone else was automatically adjusted except for Chandler, and she came in super hot as always. Yeah. Everybody else is automatic. Yes. All right.
I will just giggle like a Japanese schoolgirl.
No, it was just your microphone was way out of balance from everybody else's on my end. So now that we've got that out of the way,
say Japanese schoolgirl.
I don't know because we did the anime
here we
thing.
Go again with the racism. Okay. Just calm it down, people. Sorry. Can we wait till we get at least an hour in before we get there with the insulting other cultures?
Oh, at this point, I've learned that I have to steer into it. I mean, even just saying that I'm not racist is apparently racist now, so I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Well, everybody, we've grifted everybody else now. Now we need to get the Ozzy. Ozzy has his own little merchandise store. There will it's now one $3,000 t-shirt less than it was earlier today, but he still has it. So make sure you like Megan Fox, Remy_legal, and Aussie Overlord, and like everything they've done. Even Yoda is deigning to support that decision.
Oh, and by the way, after this, I am going to do a local stream because I promised to do one. I've been absent because I've been working double shifts since Thursday through the entire weekend over the holiday weekend. And I have stories to tell from the restaurant. I mean, stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
Ooh.
And that's
Tales from the restaurant are
Tales
awesome.
from the restaurant are coming after this stream, live on Locals, exclusive to my Locals, meganfox.locals.com. You won't want to miss it. You guys, it's hilarious. It's only $5 a month over there. Check it out.
All righty, let's make sure we got a couple things to hit here first. Summer Butterfly, new member, and also Summer Butterfly is a new member, but also Summer Butterfly is a member for 2 months. Go YouTube. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to you, Summer Butterfly.
Good morning.
Deeply, deeply appreciated.
Good morning.
Man, I remember when I had memberships on YouTube before they demonetized me.
Oh man, wait, you guys know what happened, right? I loved your comment, Megan.
Monetized, and I was like, "Oh, congratulations!
I hope it lasts."
And I had no idea you were going to be here, and I wanted to tell you. I was like, I'm being sarcastic, right?
Of course, Megan.
It made me happy for you, Chandler.
Thank you. It made me laugh really hard, and I love you, and I want you to get your monetization back because you have things to say, and they're really important, and I think everybody should hear them on YouTube and elsewhere.
Nah, they're not that important. I'm just an idiot. I'm
you're
a
not.
medium smart moron, but you know, it's fine.
That's why
Well,
we
that's
love
why we're
you.
all here. We're all here
Yeah.
because of that. So.
Oh, Megan, I'm so happy
it's
that you came
time
to do
for-
sidebars today. I'm so glad that you're going to be part of this with us. It's going to be
Well,
the
I think we need to
best.
get on with the sidebars.
Let's
Actually,
I
do
know.
it.
I'm sorry. We're like hijacking Jeff's show. Jeff, this is what happens when you invite the hen house. You know, the cackling just takes over the show. We just won't
Let's
shut
see.
up.
Yeah, well, I'm shutting y'all up.
Jeff's like, I have the mute button.
All right, sidebar. Let's search for our first sidebar. Oh, it's one I didn't even mark. How cool is that?
Oh my
Well, please tell me I marked some of these.
Oh no.
Awesome. I didn't mark any of them. A couple of them. All right. Whatevs.
We'll figure it out.
Yep. All right. Sidebar. And I got a mosquito in here. Damn it. Oh. Day 9. This looks like they just got started, and there's a sidebar. Let's see. Now, Megan does a good court because she has ass karate's just
Frustrating.
attitude down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was giving me notes
I
last
will-
time.
I will take Rottenborn. You can be Chew in this one, and we'll let Remy take Ms. Myers.
All right.
All right.
No.
So, and Ms. Myers is on the Depp crew, correct?
All right. Where are we starting? Where does
yes.
this one start? Put your cursor where it starts. Because there it is.
Starting right up here where it says sidebar.
All right.
Mr. Rottenborn says no problem. Or should we have him be a sinister guy, or should we be sort of doing the foghorn leghorn thing for him today? I don't know. No, that's too dignified for him. No problem. I just have one more issue I would like to approach about.
Okay, sure.
Sidebar.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. We believe that Mr. Depp's testimony opened the door for the UK judgment. He testified that
On direct?
on direct, he testified that 6 years ago that Ms. Heard made these allegations against him. And then he went on to say that he has had to wait for his opportunity to address the charges. And he said, quote, and I quote, "So I felt a responsibility of clearing the record, the only way that I could get to the point where I could speak. It really has taken this whole 6 years."
Okay.
And then later, he says, on the next page, he says, "This is actually the first opportunity that I've been able to speak about this case in full for the first time." So he's carefully there to say, this case.
This case?
So what he's left the jury with is the impression that he talks about these accusations 6 years ago. He's leaving the jury with the impression that he's never had the opportunity to address the truth of those accusations, which, when the fact is, the jury's left with the impression he's never been able to address them to this court.
All right.
I think he was very careful to avoid that, Your Honor. I think he's grasping at straws.
I believe this is an issue for damages.
I don't think the door's been opened at this point.
Do I have your leave to refer to the article? Ask about that article?
Which article?
The article that was the subject of the lawsuit. The op-ed, not the op-ed. What?
Ooh, Elaine. You do Elaine,
Oh.
Jeff.
Oh,
You're hilarious. Your Elaine is hilarious.
The article that was the subject of the lawsuit. The op-ed, not the op-ed. Oh, wait a minute. Has nothing to do with this case.
I don't know which article you're talking about.
We'll just take it as it comes, Your Honor.
The Sun article he's referring to, which has nothing to do with this case.
Oh, I'm not going to allow that.
I just want to be very clear.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Open court and scene. Okay.
Jeff, I like to imagine that Rottenborn talks normally in front of the jury, and as soon as he gets up to the sidebar, he speaks like you.
Well, that's how a Rottenborn should sound. I think that's how a Rottenborn should sound.
Seriously, I personally think the name Rottenborn is the greatest villain name ever. How does the universe keep giving us these gifts?
I mean,
Not
perfect
even
for
the
a
greatest
lawyer.
villain, just Yeah, I'd say just the perfect lawyer name.
Yeah, perfect for a lawyer who's representing Amber Heard. It's just
Born
it's
rotten. How do
ideal.
you not change that? How do you not? If you are a lawyer and you're going to court, how do you not be like, okay, I can't go in there with the name Rottenborn?
No,
I'm sure there are others.
People are saying that's a great Marge Simpson. Is that supposed to be Patty and Selma? No, I've purposely pitched her like halfway because
Marge has a nice, sweet voice. Oh,
what you guys don't know.
She's warm. And then, Selma and Patty, they've just seen better days and they're just kind of done with it. So I thought Elaine should kind of be somewhere in the middle. Just with a little bit of Grover thrown in. And maybe like Yoda, who's had too many mushrooms. So anyway.
It's quite Muppety, but I like it.
Yeah. That's my motivation for Elaine.
I love it. I picture her face every time I hear him start that. I see her face. It's so funny.
I originally started with like Lady Elaine Fairchild, ironically enough, from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Because they have the same name and looks like her and kind of talks like her. But anyway, that's
she looks like Lady Elaine. That's bizarre.
She does. And so did anybody get anything really out of that sidebar?
Yes, I did. I got out that the judge is completely confused by them and is like, no, I'm not doing any of that. No.
Well, when he says the op-ed, well, not the op-ed,
Which op-ed? Yeah, this is nothing. What are you talking about? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's funny that they don't really even answer her either. When she says, I'm not going to allow it, didn't they respond, we'll take it as it goes? They're just ignoring her.
But, I mean, where are we at here?
Well, listen to... I was able to actually follow what they were talking. But, hang on, I can hear myself. Give me a second. The fact that Elaine was very quick to jump on and make sure that the Sun article was never brought in, because we're talking about the Washington Post article.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be what the whole thing was about, that he was trying to refer, and I think that's what he was trying to say is, no, I'm specifically talking about the Washington Post article, and I want to be able to refer to that, but I don't want to talk about the Sun article. Or he's either tried to bring the Sun article in, and Elaine's jumped all over that and said, don't you fucking dare. Oh, whoops.
Well, that might be.
That's early.
That might be it. But I mean, listen to how articulate he is. Mr. Rottenborn is here. On direct, he testified 6 years ago that Ms. Heard made these allegations against him, and then he went on to say that he had to wait for his opportunity to address the charges. And he said, "So I felt wrong." That wasn't the one I was going to be saying. Where is it? This was it. So what he's left the jury with is the impression that he talks about the accusations 6 years ago, leaving the jury with the impression that he's never had the opportunity to address the fact, leaving the jury. He's just unnecessarily repeating himself and being really, really weird about it.
That's why the judge is confused. She's like, what?
Well, I think I know why that is. It's because they brought up the issue of not being able to talk about the UK case over and over and over again. And I think they're still frustrated and they're still expressing their frustration about that. And the judge is just like, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's really about that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they made a huge issue about that and they continue to bring it up.
They're desperate to get that case in. They're desperate to be able to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they talk about in the second sidebar.
But it's not like, okay, Amber Heard's the one who really opened the biggest door in the whole trial. And that was supposed to be said the name.
Kate Moss and the stairs. Yeah.
Holy crap. Talk about bad witness coaching.
And then they called her a rando, which I thought was hilarious. He goes, Kate Moss is a rando. Amber Heard. Who's ever heard of you? My goodness.
Okay, in this next one, we've got Myers, the court, Rottenborn, Ozzy gets to take a break here, I guess.
I'm getting dizzy. Awesome. Okay.
Unless you want to be Rottenborn.
That's all right. You're doing such a good Mr. Burns, and I have short stop look.
He does sound like Mr. Burns.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Excellent.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Okay.
If you could approach for a moment, could you make it a little bigger for me? Thank you.
That's what he said. Sidebar.
Your Honor.
2016.
This is, again, after the separation. They've already put in exhibits that they're using foul language after this point, and this is needlessly cumulative, and it's irrelevant.
What's the relevance?
Well, it's just the second to last text. It's not cumulative for a couple of reasons, Your Honor. I like how it's not cumulative for more than one reason. It's not cumulative for a couple of reasons, Your Honor. Number one, Your Honor allowed us to put in texts of violence, that he wants to have happen to Ms. Heard. You already allowed the text of Isaac Baruch, which was those were after May 21st, 2016.
Yeah, oh, I understand that. But I don't see...
This is the same thing. This is him saying, the one at the bottom, I hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. She's going to, second one up from the bottom, he refers to her. And this is a document, Your Honor, admitted into evidence that his violence towards Amber Heard, towards Alan Barkley, phonetic, on Friday in the deposition designations. And this is him talking.
This kind of makes it sound like it's cumulative.
This is critically important that the jury see. This is what he's saying about Amber.
I mean, I can understand some of it. Not all of it, obviously. It's not relevant.
That one.
One line?
Where he says, global humiliation.
That's...
He says something like, he hopes that karma gets the best of her. He will hit the wall hard.
She will hit the wall hard. It's true. She's going to.
I can point to
looks
another
so puffy now.
I can point to another exhibit right after this, Your Honor. 2014, he uses hit the wall hard.
Oh, come on.
See, he's thinking this means like bash her face into the wall.
He doesn't know what hit the wall means?
No,
and
of course,
this is embarrassing.
This is the same man that Johnny Depp got to say, I'll use your throat for other things than choking or whatever the hell he said. No, these people have no sense of humor.
None.
They're so unhip, it's a wonder their asses don't fall off. They don't know anything. And that's why everybody was laughing at them the entire time.
I'd like to hear you say that, Jeff. I have other uses for your throat that do not involve injury.
Injury, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, Your Honor, 2014, he uses hit the wall hard. He uses that same phrase. That's another reason I want to use that exhibit.
Doesn't say that in this particular text. Oh, here it goes.
Oh, and then the next exhibit that I introduce, one where he says, I think it's 2014, she will hit the wall hard. This is language of violence.
There's a couple, but it's engrossed in a lot of irrelevant information. It doesn't belong in here. So if you want to pick out those two, looks like I'm so funny now she wants to act this out. She'll hit the wall. I'll allow that. And then I think one that complicates, that's about it.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get it in to ask him about that.
I'm kind of disappointed that no one here, including the court, understands what hit the wall means. If I were this judge, I would have been like, counselor, hit the wall. It is a phrase about losing your good looks. That's it.
Let's get through the sidebar and we'll go back there.
For frick's sake. I'm so disappointed. All right. If you could redact just those two.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
We need to make progress here soon.
Okay. Open court and scene. Okay. People demanded that we say and scene. Right. So second sidebar is all over the damn place. This is Rottenborn trying to get in all of these horrible threats of violence. He said 3 times that she's going to hit the wall hard. That is the language of violence, he says.
I mean, so much of language is figurative. And even if you don't know what that means, you could think that it means a number of figurative things. The fact that he wants to take it literally just shows that they really have nothing. And they're just trying to work something in where nothing is to be worked in.
Johnny's lawyers, though? Where were they during that sidebar to be like, hit the wall doesn't mean that. It's not words of violence. It's a phrase people use to describe women hitting their peak and being past it. Yeah, how embarrassing that they don't. Well, they're pretending like they don't know what it means. It would have been up to Johnny's lawyers to be like, Your Honor, that's not what that means. Let's look it up in the Urban Dictionary. Oh, I'm going to go look it up and tell you what the definition is. Let's see.
To be fair, I don't think that Elaine knows what the phrase hits the wall means because she probably would have retired earlier if she knew what it actually meant.
Hit the wall. Here it is on the Urban Dictionary. You could have just shown this to the judge. The point at which a girl that used to be hot is no longer hot. This is typically due to advancing age. Then, if you read back the text again, it makes total sense. I'm just surprised nobody on his team said that.
Well, they're not very smart.
Well,
On Johnny's team, why didn't they bring it up at the sidebar? I mean, it's just a weird thing.
I would guess the Ben Shoe probably doesn't, and maybe Camille wasn't there at the sidebar. Maybe she was sitting at
Camille
the
would
table
know.
or something.
She would know because women know these things. It's just women of a certain age know these things.
Oh, and Jim Satala being extra mean. Gee, speaking of hitting the wall hard, have you seen what happened to Sophia Turner? Joe Jonas just filed for divorce.
I don't even know who that is.
Sansa Stark.
I think you're
Game of
talking about
Thrones.
Sophie
The
Turner?
redhead from Game of Thrones.
Is she looking odd? Oh, you know what it is? It's the red hair. It's a really bad color on her. I don't understand why she turned her hair red,
No,
but
she's
should
a natural
not.
redhead, I thought.
Oh, it's not good on her. Blonde is way better.
I think she actually changed her hair color, but it's darker now. She looks a little rough.
Cindy T says JD's lawyers were giggling too hard to explain hit the wall.
Possibly. That's possibly yeah, I could see that. I mean, if you could just put it like, stifling laughter in brackets, that or like some subtitles there, that might have explained it.
Laughter.
Yeah, just like,
That would be funny. Snorting from Johnny's lawyers.
Or, eye rolling or something. I would imagine that they would assume that perhaps the judge knew, and perhaps the judge was, going to be very, very fair in her decision making there.
Well, we just had a sidebar, a lengthy sidebar about hitting the wall where literally nobody knew what. And see, again, it's just a matter of hipness. It's just a matter of being connected to somebody, because Johnny, he was 59 during the trial, so he would have been 53 when he said these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, someone around that age should understand what it means or know what it means, or at least ask.
Yeah, it's strange. It's very strange. I think they intentionally were misdefining it. And
That's very possible.
And there was no one to just step up and say, hey, this is what it means. But I am disappointed that the judge didn't know, because that's something that shouldn't get over on a judge. A judge should be able to see that and go, don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. I know what the kids are talking about.
That's the very language of violence, damaging sheep.
The language of violence. Counselor, you're reaching.
Very language of violence. Like Garfield suction cup to a window. Wow.
I mean,
Something I haven't seen for a while.
I'm not surprised, because I have other uses for your throat. Like, that was so funny, and Ron, whatever, just, he had no idea how funny it was. And I just love how Johnny was like, he's like, could you read it again?
Yeah.
It's my favorite moment. I don't think I got that. You might need to read it again.
And he was so enthusiastic about reading again, because he literally thought, I'm going to choke you a different way or something. Well, I mean, that's probably technically true, but, do violence to her throat in some of it.
I don't think that her lawyers knew how hard that would make the world laugh. I really don't. The rest of us who tell jokes, who know jokes, who, have a sense of humor, everyone,
like literally everybody else
falling out of our chairs. And the last thing you want in a trial like that is for the world to be laughing at your client for not getting a joke or whatever,
Well, I mean, a good deal of us were laughing at her anyway, so they might as well.
Would they prefer
laughter.
to be laughed at? Okay, would they prefer for people to be laughing at their client or laughing at them? I don't know which one would be worse, because both happen.
Both happen,
and I don't know which one's worse for them, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the laughter continues with our next sidebar. Let's see here. We have a couple of starred things here. Just one, which was Timothy Schultz, member for 2 months. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Well, just gonna say, cough, cough, because I don't. Super chats are accepted. There, we have 0 super chats so far, and we're 36 minutes into this entertaining stream. Yoda and Strawberry are demanding Doggo Cam, but anyway, just kidding. Sort of. Let's move on.
Should we start with the court?
We do it. I'm trying to embiggen this a little bit. Wow.
All right. Relevance, Your Honor.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Wait,
I'm on the wrong
none of us are
screen.
ready.
I'm not ready.
None
All
of us
right.
are. Okay. Let's see.
Where does this start?
Line.
I'm ready.
Browns. Yes, that was what Yoda was barking about, the utter lack of support. No, just kidding.
Okay, let me know when you're ready, and then I'll
I don't
start
see
again.
where we're starting
First.
yet. I'm
We're
confused.
starting right up there in the big highlighted yellow part.
Oh, all right.
Right above that.
Oh, okay. All right, let's.
May we approach?
Okay, sure.
Your Honor, Your Honor, the relevance of Mr. Depp using an inappropriate word to describe someone other than Ms. Heard. I don't understand the relevance.
What's the relevance?
Ooh, let's go back and see what the word was.
Yeah, what is the word?
Amber, it's still hitting the
it's hit the wall.
Oh, seriously?
Amber and I hit the wall hard. Mr. Depp, did you tell? Yes, I do. That's the same phrase we use in text in Mr. Carino. Yeah, okay. So she said it about somebody else too, this Ms. Carino person. Oh, Mr. Carino. They're similar words, but they have different meanings. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Can we pull up the exhibit?
And then Rottenborn's trying to get it admitted with the identifiers redacted that they just talked about in the last sidebar.
Yeah, okay. So
well, he observed correctly that it didn't make sense to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the violence that's been.
It's very violent
I want
language.
to show that he's said this. He's already opened the door and said he had such a loving marriage and relationship with Vanessa. So at a minimum, it's impeachment. This is the type of they're hoping that he's a classy guy that never erupts. Amber's just brought out the worst in him. This is showing that he had violent thoughts towards others as well.
Oh,
he keeps saying that. He testified repeatedly on direct about his peaceful tendencies and how it was only on Amber. This shows that, oh, I'm sorry to do it, but there's a lot of horrible incidences of.
It's cumulative.
Your Honor, these are words about someone that's not Ms. Heard. I don't understand the relevance, and if anything, they're offering it for improper character to suggest that because he uses bad words.
I'm going to sustain the objection at this time.
Thank you.
All right.
Right.
And
so, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Open court and scene. So they're the judges. Like, all right, this is just cumulative. Move along, Mr. Rottenborn. Again, totally missing the point about hitting the wall. Now it's violence against another person.
Miss Myers didn't.
Is young.
Or whoever. Yeah, wait. Myers didn't bring up the actual definition of hit the wall. Did they not know? This would have been the moment.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't know what it meant before this year.
But their client said it, though.
But they're lawyers. This is their job. They should have asked him, what did you mean? And he could have said, I meant she's going to be, ugly. She's
going to be over the hill.
Her ass is going to get wide. Her face is going to get fat. Nobody's going to want to be with her anymore. That's what I meant.
There's an oil painting of her somewhere in an attic, that...
She's going to look like a Picasso painting.
It's really strange to me that they didn't have an answer for this. But, I mean, they still got their objection sustained, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah. See, I mean, but that's the problem as I see it. It's their own client saying this, and he hasn't really leaned over apparently and got, no, you're all missing the damn point.
Yeah, you're not getting it.
Or maybe they just think it's funny.
Maybe, maybe they think it's funny because they know that everyone watching, at least 70% of them are going to know what it means.
Well, we know what's said in the sidebars when they go up to talk to the judge. We don't know what they're saying at the table, when they're talking amongst themselves. And so I presume a lot of that discussion was happening over there, and perhaps it was strategic to kind of just let this all play out, because I'm sure they thought the jury would probably know. And, if it came up that, it was something that everybody was going to know what that
And
meant. So it
Rottenborn
wasn't a
was
big
really
deal.
making himself look a fool by continuing to say hitting the wall is some kind of violent phrase.
Right. And so if he spent a lot of his energy on that, it would tire him out, so that he would get, short-winded in in future sidebars.
But it gets worse.
All right.
It gets worse. We'll get there in just a second.
Let's do it.
Because Nighthawk has started the Super Chat extravaganza with the $2 Doggo Food Fund.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much for the very, very first Super Chat after 41 minutes. Wow.
What? There haven't been any?
No, we have one now. So
all right. You need a mom shaming. The chat needs a mom shaming. What in the hell, folks? I had to get out of bed for this. I was going to sleep in today. I was going to sleep in. But no, I'm here for you because you asked. But if you don't start, sending a little thank you, just, $1, $2, that's, I may just have to go dark. I don't know.
Can I just point out that was nowhere near as effective as it could have been, given that you had a picture of Pikachu covering your face the
why do I
whole
have
time?
Pikachu over my face, Jeff?
Yeah.
Is that intentional? I'm here chilling for you, Jeff, and there's a picture of Pikachu over my face.
You want to swap us around? You want to do some stuff here? Move us.
Right, hang on. We'll get you off. We'll get you off, Megan. There we go.
I was finger pointing and everything, and I still have a picture of Pikachu. All right, let's try this again. Chat, I got out of bed for this. I'm expecting Jeff to make at least enough to turn on the doggo cam today. Because I don't know about you, but I want to see Strawberry and I want to see Yoda. So let's move it along here, folks. Come on. Oh, hey, Joe. Perfect.
Hey. See, hey, Joe responds. Hey, Joe.
Thank you, darling.
Aw, what a cute little doggy you've got.
That's very cute.
Thank you for the
eyeballs on that thing. This is so cute.
This is the very, very first Super Chat from Hey Joe. It says celebrate the very first Super Chat from Hey Joe. Let's celebrate.
Awesome.
Woo! Celebrate. Yay.
Hey Joe says I couldn't handle the shame.
Good. Good.
Well, I mean, shame is a powerful motivator.
Don't make her turn this stream around. That's hilarious. Don't make me turn this stream around. I will come back there with a flip-flop.
Well, we have to update our vice racks of the day then. Hey, Joe.
That really worked, Megan. Good job. Come on, people. Let's move it along.
Anyway, let's get back at it. We do have many more sidebars, and they get worse.
All right. Are we starting with the yellow?
Yep. Now, what this is Rottenborn wants to bring in evidence of drug use and the violence that is attached to it. And this is literally, like, if you look here in the upper right-hand corner, if you look here in the upper right-hand corner, that's where we finished the last sidebar. Literally, like half a page later, we're back at having another sidebar.
Of course.
So, yes.
Well, I mean, Depp gets on the stand and, there are just so many issues. They can't handle the way that he presents.
Yeah. So literally all they've done since the last sidebar is say, I'd like to turn your attention to the middle text on this page about some text from Ryan A. And then it's another sidebar. So
shall we start from...
happy to approach if you want.
All right. Okay.
Now, Hayden, sure you don't want to join in? It's directly to what? Well, go ahead.
Oh no, can't do it.
Okay. Well, I swear you'll have a chance here in a moment. There's lots of sidebars to go around. It's directly towards his state of mind on how Ms. Heard.
Was it that date specifically, or is there something that happens on that date? And that's why we need to know about his state of mind on that date?
Well, I'm not sure he was married, but he was with Ms. Heard that day. It was getting towards the wedding. This is a man with...
But we've had so many substance abuse. It's a cumulative nature.
I know, but that's...
If there's not a specific date tied to it.
It goes to his main... Well, he's testified to his main beef with Amber was that she didn't want him to be doing drugs, and he hated her for it.
I think we get that over the last day.
Well, I'm going to have to hit it a little bit more. I want to...
If it's not tied to a specific date, I have to draw the line. We've got too much cumulative things. I've gone through all of the exhibits over the weekend, Mr. Rottenborn. And there's plenty in here about his substance abuse and his texts of substance abuse until you tie it down to a date.
Well, but it's not only substance abuse, but the violence that grows from that.
This one just says hatred.
Then the next one, we can discuss the next one. Well, if that one doesn't talk about it, let's talk about the next one. The next one, he said that I'm going to try to get this one from. Well, he texted her sober friend and said, the head is a C word with a grievous intent. That's why drugs are good.
I don't even know what that means.
I mean, this ties into the pain that he's testified that he experienced and the fact that he numbs the pain with drugs. I
have a lot of exhibits that say that, Mr. Rottenborn. So it becomes cumulative. I'm going to sustain the objection at this time. If words are tied to a date, it's important to this case, okay?
Well, we believe that the...
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, she almost pulled the cord. And scene. She almost pulled the cord over and got the chancla out. She was like, this is like being a mom, really. Being a judge appears to be like trying to negotiate arguments between your children. Like, and they keep going. And you're like, no, you can't do that. But mom, I want to, but no, I already said no. But, and I mean, he just keeps going. At some point, he should be worried she's going to take off her shoe and chuck it at him. Because that's what I would do. I would love being a judge.
Just winging your articles of clothing at somebody. He texted her friend and said that the head is a C word with a grievous intent. That's why drugs are good.
I don't know about any of that, but I can perceive that if I was in a relationship with Amber Heard, I would also want to do a lot of drugs a lot of the time. She would make me absolutely miserable.
I wouldn't want to hear her anymore. So whatever would put me on the nod, that's what I would want.
Yeah,
so that my ears would not hear her incessant talking and arguing and screaming and yelling.
Yeah, you either dose her with Benadryl or I'm dosing myself with Benadryl.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine also the cumulative, and I'm going to use the word we've been hearing 8 million times, but can you imagine the cumulative effect of the voices of all the squatters that she's drinking the $10,000 of wine a month with in your penthouse? Like, and so even when they're being nice, even when they're like she's having a good day, can you imagine all the cackling and the millennial bullshit going on with her?
Right. And when they were like her trained little pack of dogs, and they would just kind of bark at him whenever she wanted them to. So if he would leave the room to go hang out with Isaac for like 5 minutes, they would all be like shitting on him and wanting to criticize him when he came back because they were because they did whatever she wanted. So I would not be able to stand that either. Be miserable. All right.
Sorry, I'm still trying to embiggen this properly.
Now, would you like to start from Mr. Rottenborn or from Ms. Myers' line?
In just a second.
Okay.
Oh, he's still trying to get more text messages admitted.
Or just yeah.
It goes on for quite some time. We're going to fight about text messages all day long, aren't we, Rottenborn?
Yes, we are.
Mrs. K. Grip says, wooden spoon crew over here. Yep, the judge needs a wooden spoon next to the gavel
with holes in it.
To smack Rottenborn on the hand with.
Yeah.
David, all he does is, I'm amazed Depp didn't murder one of them, in all honesty.
Oh, I know, those demonic squatters in his house. Seriously, one of them moved into one of his closets without his knowledge. She was hiding from him for a week. The one with the white skin and the black hair, the scary one that I think was hiding on the ceiling when he came in. Holy crap! Those people
What
were
was his name? IC or IO?
not Io, not
Not
Io.
Io?
It was
I don't
a
think it was
different.
Io.
It was the one who was she was like a life coach or some kind of
Oh, the
Wiccan,
creepy weird
the
one. not
creepy weird one with the bat
You have
ears
to be way more
and the
specific.
black hair.
No, she looked like a
Liz
vampire.
Mars. Liz
Oh,
Mars.
sure.
She
She was
looked
only
like
there for like
not
a
a
week.
vampire. She was a succubus. That one. She was
Right.
absolutely a demon succubus who like climbed up the wall to get away from him. What a freaky weirdo
Rice
that
Road
one was.
She worked for Manson. She was like Manson's assistant, or at some point, right? I remember.
Surprise.
Yeah, she was hiding in his apartment, squatting there for a week without his knowledge. How weird and creepy is that? It's like a horror movie.
Well, I go to open the closet and
You're right. You can see
Yeah.
that looking back at you.
She's just hanging
Holy
upside down between the sweaters.
terrifying.
We were joking that they had lined up coffins in one room, and that's where they were all sleeping.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Yeah,
We
I
called
could
them
see that.
A suck you what now?
Succuloters. A cross between freeloaders and succubus. Do you know? You
Wow.
don't know what succubus are? A succubus is a type of demon that Amber is and attracts, and it's a demon of seduction. That's what the demon does. It seduces you, and there are these mythology about demons actually having sex with people, succubi, and then sucking out their souls. It's gross.
Yes.
But that's what she's
the
like.
male version is the incubus.
She
I will
her.
not have them denigrated anymore. Succubi are far more attractive than Amber Heard.
Yes.
Well, but that's how she gets her prey. She uses that. She uses all that spicy poontang, as H.G. Tudor would say.
So David J. Ho does it. So it's a demon that fucks.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Basically, yep.
Like Megan Fox played in Jennifer's Body, the Jennifer
Yes.
character. She's a
Yep.
succubus. Exactly. Like we were just
Right.
talking about. Yeah.
Ms. Leslie, 229 with the $1.99 thrown out into the universe. Thank you so very much. You are one of my best friends now. Thank you very much. But now we'll entertain you some more. And I'm happy to approach to discuss if Your Honor would like.
Relevance objection again.
Okay. Do you want to approach?
Sidebar. I believe that February 10th, you can correct me if you disagree, but I believe February 10th, 2016 is the date that Sweetser Kitchen video that we saw. The date of
Right.
the Sweetser Kitchen, that was where he attacked the
Picking the
cabinet.
cabinets. That was when he did extreme violence to some cabinets. Mhm.
Yes.
I don't believe that date was ever established. I believe Mr. Depp asked you about the date of that.
Well, you can establish that with Amber.
I'll allow it at this time. Again, redacted.
Oh, thank you. I won one. Wow. That was so short. We'll just continue right along to the next one. Where's this? Your Honor, this is him expressing his view on her taking a meeting about a movie, her career.
Approach. Just come and approach.
Sidebar.
She's so done.
She was so done.
How is that relevant?
He's jealous and he's controlling. He told her no movies. No meeting, no movies. This is what he says in the text message to her. It goes entirely towards his motive for abusing her. We're going to hear from Ms. Heard about this. This is directly relevant.
Your Honor, it's his view on her. I mean, I don't have the context of this. I don't understand how that...
I guess it goes to his true nature. I'll allow it. Did you have any objection to the page coming in, or did you just want the text?
No, I would like the
He's
entire
wasting time.
page.
All right, just get the identifiers off.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Open short and scene.
She's
I
so done. The judge is so
Yeah.
pissed right
And
now.
this is only, what, day 9?
Oh
Yeah,
my
Megan,
God.
I tried doing Judge Penny last week. You're so much better. You're perfect for her. I love it. You have the intonation just down pat.
Yeah.
I wasn't annoyed
Megan's a
enough.
mom.
Jeff,
She gets
it was-
it. She knows
exactly.
how
I'm a mom. I totally
Yeah.
get this is my tone with my children every
Mhm.
single freaking
She-
day,
she's
3
had a
times a day.
She's had a few more years of world weariness about her than you have, Chandler.
I tried, but you're much better suited to the role, and I'm happy that you're here.
I'm jaded.
Yeah, a little more jaded.
I
than
think
me,
we all are at
perhaps.
this point.
I thought I was jaded, but I guess not.
I think I've discovered that the perfect tone for a judge is exhausted, exasperated mom.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
like,
much.
you people are just pissing me off.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't envy her.
Go to bed.
I remember watching her during these sidebars, and I would just look at her face and I'd be like, "Oh God, Judge Penny, we're so sorry that they're doing this to you."
My favorite was that clip. I wish we had it pulled up. Jeff, you need to add it to your so you can just hit it of her just being there and at the bench like.
Oh, she's
Did
making
you
the
see- it
face.
was- yeah,
Oh, I
she,
love that
she
one.
like took her glasses off,
Mhm.
and she was just like,
Yep.
it was so good. It was like, that's me every day with my kids. It's me every day.
You could just turn that into like a a migraine relief Excedrin ad or something. Pretty perfect.
When Sarah Gould says, the more I hear of these sidebars, remembering her professionalism on camera, the more I love Judge A.
She was a great judge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought she was really fair. I thought she was, she was really fair, and she really kept her cool throughout all this craziness. And there was a lot of craziness.
She was in the Navy, before she was a judge. So
wasn't it? I think Law and Lumber, Rob, he said that because he practices there, he's in that courthouse, and said she has a very good reputation. Yeah. Everybody likes her. She's just a really good judge. So I was excited about that because we don't see a lot of great judges, and she did live up to that description.
Well, AP makes a very, very good thing here, which is exactly what I've been saying. Finding out your accounting/business managers spent $600 million of your fortune, and the worst he did was slam some kitchen cabinets.
I know.
Too much control there. I'd have gone insane.
I know. This is the thing that really pisses
especially when she's there fucking egging him on.
She used that. I don't know if she knew that had happened, but she
knew.
Okay, well, she also tried to make it seem on that video like he was angry with her. And he kept saying, this has nothing to do with you. Did something happen to you?
I don't
know.
Something happened to you today.
Alone.
Yeah.
Did someone steal from you today?
God, if I walk in on my husband kicking some cabinets, I turn right around and walk out. You do not do. My mom has this phrase. My mom always says, don't go into the bear cave. There's no reason to do that. You leave the bear alone. When the bear is out, leave the bear alone. Like, don't go in to where the bear is. You're asking for trouble.
Oh, no,
that was my
a
mother's
reason.
advice to me, and that's good advice. That doesn't mean if I were to do so, I would be I would be the one responsible if he hit me, which he would never do. You wouldn't. But don't test fate. Don't do that.
You don't walk into the bear cave with a cattle prod, basically.
No,
see,
it's stupid.
But so here's the thing, she knew that he had that happen. She went into that room to record him, and she knew that if she did that she would be safe. She knew nothing was going to happen to her. And then she turns around and she sniggers, like she giggles, and then she cuts that part out at the end. And that was the thing about the documentary that really bothered me, was that they cut out that last part. That was a very big contentious point of the trial that was discussed substantially. The fact that she laughs at the end, that says everything about the fact that she's like, I've got this now.
Repeatedly punched in the face by your husband does not Carlos, thank you. You do not do that if you're afraid. You don't walk into the cave when the bear is having a tantrum. You absolutely go the other way. I'm not even the victim. I'm not even the victim of abuse, but I know that if a man is upset and he's punching things, leave him alone. Like, he's getting it out on his own. Leave him alone. And she didn't do that. She's just in there trying to set him up. What a wicked, wicked woman.
And this was still the guy
mad.
Who every time they went somewhere, he had to rent an extra leave me alone room.
How crazy is that? Man.
Because she would follow him and harp on him and dig him and dig him. It's evil, evil, twisted person. Speaking of evil, evil, twisted people, let's get to another sidebar. Oh, but first we have some important business to take care of.
Oh. What's the business?
Yes, we do. Contessa Wright has given us a $5 super sticker. The $5 super sticker of a little Sheena Ibu just kind of sighing and nodding contentedly. Thank you so much for that. And Wolfram.
Thank you for that.
$5 super chat. Thank you, Wolfram. You just know that at this point, Judge was holding a wooden spoon behind the bench, wringing her hands on it, just itching to use it. Probably. If not, she should have been. So thank you very much for that, people. That was very, very muchly appreciated. Now we'll move on to Johnny Depp's Crow, just coming in under the wire before we jumped in. Hang on, wait for this to pop up. Irish Rover. Hello, Irish Rover, and thank you for the $10. Amber Heard is an attention hound. Any attention at any cost to keep the focus on her. Well, gee, how'd that work out for her?
I mean, she did wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning every morning to get her hair done in like elaborate, Gaelic braids and things like that. So yes, that does track.
To be fair, she's an attention whore, and we're still here talking about her.
Yep.
We are. That's true.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I take no pleasure in that.
I do, because I get super chats from it.
Yes.
Keep the grift coming. And speaking of grift, the 15th will be F-It Friday this month. People, put that on your calendars. It'll be Friday morning U.S. time. Just letting you all know. Put that all on your calendars. All right. This next is the cross-examination of Johnny Depp continuing. Ms. Heard wasn't the only one. You can read read Johnny Depp here. Read the answer from Johnny Depp here in the book. We need to put Hayden to work so he doesn't fall asleep here. He feels
Number
like he's
line
wasted his
12.
time. Yes, start. Ms. Heard wasn't the only one who had a problem with your drinking, correct?
Sir, if anyone had a problem with my drinking at any time in my life, it was me. The only person I've ever abused in my life is myself.
Well, the fact you tried to hide your drinking from your daughter, Lily Rose, didn't you?
Objection. Relevance.
What's the relevance?
When your nerves...
Sir,
Can we approach, Your Honor?
where are we? I don't
Witness.
see it.
Pardon?
We gotta move down. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sidebar. Again, she's brought the kids into it. He said that they hated Ms. Heard. They didn't like her. Blah, blah, blah. He actually said blah, blah, blah to the judge. They didn't like her. Blah, blah, blah. And he testified that no one had a problem with his drinking. He said, quote, no one had a problem but me. And here, the next text I'm going to bring up is one where he says, and this is directly contrary to his testimony so far. He says, now Lily Rose hates me because she thinks I'm drinking. And she's right, but I can't admit it or I die in her eyes.
Aw.
This entirely relevant because it undermines
What's the date?
January 21st, 2014, directly in the middle of their relationship.
That's not tied to any incidents of abuse. I don't believe he's denied drinking during the relationship.
I'll allow that. We're moving forward at some point.
Oh, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I have a few more drug things to do, and then
That sounds interesting.
I'm moving as fast as I can. I think I'm less than 30 minutes away.
All right. I'll overrule the objection. Move on.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Open court and scene.
He just had a few more drug things to do. Wow.
We're trying, Your Honor.
I love the phrasing of that.
Just a few more drug things.
Oh,
So this is a guy who
well.
literally wants to put into open court that his daughter thinks he's a piece of shit because he drinks.
You know, when he said the only person I've ever abused is me, that I remember him saying that. I remember feeling like crying, hearing that. Here's a guy who's struggling openly with addictions of all kinds. And them trying to use that to tear him down even more, it was just obscene. It was gross to me. And then bringing up his daughter like this and wanting to tell the world the struggles that he's having with his daughter being upset with him and him saying, I can't admit it because I'm going to die in her eyes. That is heartbreaking. This shit is heartbreaking. Yeah. And it's like, you're just using it to abuse him further, and that
Right.
pisses me off.
Well, it was inhuman and it was extremely dirty, but it was what they had to work with because they actually didn't really have incidents of abuse that they could
Right.
substantiate. They didn't have any witnesses to say, yes, I saw him hit her. They didn't have any real, proof from doctors, like any hospital records. They just had her word pretty much and some photos of some makeup that, made it look like she had bruises that were,
Well,
I
to
still
kind of
have
give
my
a little,
bruise kit here somewhere. I've got one.
well, to kind of give us a little perspective on all of this, Flux says, "Boobies." Thank you so much for the $5, Flux.
G'day, Flux.
I love
it's a-
her.
I do too.
What
We
I
love
always
Flux.
say about Amber Heard, if anybody wants me to sum her up, I just say great tits, terrible personality. That's the whole thing. So
That's very friggin'
that's-
generous from you, Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving. Flux is awesome.
That's what it made me think of. Sorry. Thanks, Flux.
Like Flux and Chandler. They used to be the same person until they were separated in some sort of Star Trek transporter accident, and they split into two different people.
Yeah.
But they're like
pretty
the
much.
same person basically.
Yeah, I'm just the girlier version of her, pretty much.
And
I
Flux
love
also, less boobies in this chat, but still another $5 super chat from the one and only Super Flux. My supers were working, but that one goes through. YouTube is asshole. Yeah, that one went through.
Well, we all know that YouTube is asshole. Yes.
Yes.
And with the $2 from Andrew Christian, calm down, Megan, or you're gonna hit the wall.
I actually think it's really impressive and flattering that he thinks I haven't hit the wall yet. I'm 47,
Yeah.
sir, and I don't have
That's-
to worry about hitting the wall because I have a husband and many children. And
No, that's
But
violent
I'm all
language. That's
good.
violent language. Completely very violent. YouTube should not have allowed that.
I hit the wall a while ago, sir, but that's okay.
Shocking content strike incoming. John Gordon with a $2 super chat. Judge is gonna say date like Brooks says grounds. Just date. So yeah, every time he brings something up, date.
I love that, you guys were bringing up The Simpsons before. Remember that guy who, he stood in front of the class and he goes, "That's a paddling." I feel like with the judge, it's like, yeah, oh, you bring up the text messages again. That's a paddling. You could go over a number.
Talking out of turn. That's a
agreed-
paddling. Bringing up the dates. That's a paddling. Saying what, if any? That's a paddling.
What if any?
Well, now they're gonna try to bring in a photograph. I'm not sure which of the photographs it is, but it starts out with, "What is the date of this photograph? I'm sorry." And the court says, "Thank you." Sidebar. Just 3 of these. I'm trying to.
I know, but what's the relevancy as far as what date? Do you have a frame for this?
Ms. Heard can testify to these. I don't know what day it is, but if he says it's him, and again,
I'm sorry, what?
It's him,
Yeah.
but what?
he's presenting the evidence and he doesn't know what date the pictures
He
were taken.
doesn't know what date
It's
any of this
really
stuff is on.
friggin' straightforward.
frustrating.
One of the things you know as a lawyer in court, you do not bring something up, you do not ask a question that you don't already know the answer to.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you're
don't.
Mr. Rottenborn, of
And
course.
by this
Clearly.
time, she has made it so clear to him that she wants dates to everything,
Mhm.
and he refuses to give her dates.
Well, in
This is-
fairness, it's only been about 5 pages. He just keeps
crazy.
getting sidebars every few seconds.
That's true.
So yeah.
A lot of sidebars.
Anyway, Ms. Heard can testify to these. I don't know what the day is, but if he says it's him, and again,
It's him, but it's not relevant unless I get a time frame. If you'll wait until she gets on the stand and bring all these in, that's fine.
well, I'm happy to do that to speed it along. I believe they're all relevant because they all go towards his systemic drug abuse.
Well, maybe they're relevant, but that could have been taken yesterday. Then it wouldn't be relevant. That's my problem. She objected to relevance. I have to sustain it this time unless you lay a foundation.
Well, he's not going to know when.
Then I guess you have to wait until Miss Heard.
I have pictures of him passed out on the floor.
You have not allowed us to lay that foundation.
If you have pictures of him this past weekend passed out, they're not relevant.
Well, I take your point. in an effort to move along, I'll skip through these and we'll bring them through Ms. Heard's testimony.
Oh,
Okay.
how gracious of
That
you.
would be perfect.
Open court and scene.
Oh,
I
my
love Judge
God.
Penny.
He's
love
making
Judge
me
Penny for
so
this.
angry.
Yes, well.
How she kept her composure.
Well, she could have been done with her gritted teeth. And God damn it, if I have to say date one more fucking time. But I mean, see, this is Rottenborn being. I mean, he's just flat out says he doesn't know what date his own evidence was taken, which is a really weird, stupid, ridiculous thing to say.
Well, no, it's not, because considering the fact that, she didn't submit all of her metadata, I don't even know if they knew what the dates were, even if they were accurate. Like, that's not... But then again, it's probably just him being incompetent, so, I don't know.
You have to know, you have to lay the foundation to say when it was taken and who took it.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, because like she said, if it was taken last weekend, this means nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he just keeps stalling. He's like, but if it's him, but okay, well, never mind. I'll just have her introduce it, which means that gives us a few more weeks to try to figure out when this was taken.
Wow, he really made himself look a lot better in front of the court. And then when you finally get him in front of Judge Penny, he looks exactly as incompetent. As Elaine, really. Which is impressive, because that's hard to do.
Yeah, it was a very low bar.
Yeah.
Hayden, you get to talk here in a while, unless you want to take over Rottenborn at any time. Yeah, but there are like a plethora of people coming up. I swear to God,
dude, chill. I'm just happy that I'm still sitting upright. Okay.
Everybody, go subscribe and like everything Ozzy Overlord's done, because he's showing the patience of Job here.
Yeah, and I'm down 50 subs in the last 2 days. So if people want to just double check whether or not they're still actually subbed, or if YouTube is just being asshole, that'd be great.
They're being asshole.
Yeah,
because it's happened to people, lots of people, including myself. I've dropped quite a few in the last few days myself. So just the thing they do. It's the time of testing again.
Can I have a line? Can I say the one from number 9?
Number 9?
Yeah,
okay,
no,
start at number 9.
Line number 9. Line 9.
Start at number 9.
Okay. Your Honor, having received this, I would like to preemptively...
Yeah, that was very good.
I flubbed it immediately. Okay. Your Honor, having received this, I would like to preemptively lodge a hearsay lack of foundation.
He hasn't got them into evidence. Are you moving these into evidence?
Now, this is sort of my soliloquy for the next several pages. No, I'm happy to approach, but they're certainly not being admitted for the truth of the matter asserted. Why, that would be wrong. But I'm happy to approach.
All right, come forward. I mean, if they don't come in, you're just going to use them to what?
So, yeah. Let me chew the court's ear off for a substantial amount of time.
Oh, you said you said that there were articles written, so it's not impeachment. What is it?
So I'm going to introduce them as evidence. So defamation. We focus a lot on falsity, but the words also have to be defamatory. Yeah, weird in a defamation case, the words have to be defamatory. That's pretty fucking weird. And the Shaker case, Virginia Supreme Court, blah, 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 says that defamatory words, you have to use the defamatory saying, defamatory words are those tending so to harm the reputation of another as to lower him in the estimation of the community, or to deter third persons from associating with him. And then they go on to describe the nature of that. The court says, and I quote, "We have stated that that defamatory language tends to injure one's reputation in the common estimation of mankind, to throw contumely shame or disgrace upon
Counselor,
him."
stop using big words.
I think probably continuously, maybe, I don't know. To throw shame or disgrace upon him, or which tends to hold him up for scorn, ridicule, or contempt, or which is calculated to render him infamous, odious, or ridiculous.
Odious.
End quote. So this goes directly to elements that they have to prove in order to win this case. That not only were the statements false, but that they had the defamatory sting. And so the fact that all of these articles, a drop in the bucket that these were out there, what I propose to do is to get him to admit that this headline is not hearsay. It is for his reputation. What the public knew, whether true or not, and I'd just like to go through them, that's why I gave them all to him at once, so that we could move expeditiously through this. I will say one of them is the headline, or the subject of the UK suit. I don't plan to emphasize that.
I don't see how they can get into evidence if you maybe ask him.
I shall ask him about that. I don't need to get them in, but I would like to go through and get him to acknowledge that as of this date, an article was written that said why. And if they don't come into evidence, that's fine at this point. I think that that's very relevant. And under the Shaker case, it goes to the heart of what he has to prove. That was
Your
my
Honor,
soliloquy.
Your Honor, most of these articles have absolutely nothing to do with the defamatory statements that were made in the op-ed, which is that he was an abuser of a woman. These are completely irrelevant.
Doesn't matter.
This goes to a completely different aspect of reputation that's not at issue in this case.
Doesn't matter. I know you are, but what am I, Ms. Myers?
I'm rubber, your glue.
Doesn't matter. Its reputation as a whole is what the Supreme Court says that you look at. Quote, or intending so to harm the reputation of another as to lower him in the estimation of the community, end quote. When you look at these articles, something by Ms. Heard saying, 2 years ago I became the public figure representing domestic abuse is a lot less likely to have any impact.
But this one doesn't come in. You can't ask him about this one.
Okay, I won't.
I have to go through these separately.
Your Honor, I mean, the headlines themselves are hearsay. They lack any foundation. I mean, some of these are tabloids.
They're not hearsay. They're not being offered for the truth of the matter asserted, wench.
But they are being offered because you're saying they ruined his reputation.
Oh, I know, but it's... What the hell? They're not being offered for the truth. They are. Oh, I know, but what the hell, Rottenborn, you dick? Oh my lord. I know, but it's something that says, quote, apparently Johnny Depp was drunk. I don't care if Johnny Depp was drunk, but if that's out in the public, that's directly relevant to his reputation. I'm not saying they prove something. I'm saying that the public knew that these were out there, and that's, well, under the Shaker case, that's the heart of the case, Your Honor. If he had been someone with a crystal clean record who had never had any negative press about him, whatever's being said, whatever statement is the subject of defamation case is going to potentially carry more defamatory sting than someone who's had all of this stuff written about him.
Your Honor, an article does not establish what someone's reputation is.
It's out in the public because he's a public person, so I understand that. I'm just seeing which ones of these are cumulative.
That one that you're looking at, all right?
None of them come into evidence, but you can ask him about them.
Thank you. I'll take that out.
And you're just doing the headlines?
Yes, nothing more.
And the dates, I assume?
Oh, and the dates, yes, Your Honor.
The date of the op-ed again?
Oh, December 18th, 2018.
I think we already did this one.
We did. I'll take it out.
You want to see the ones?
Yeah, okay.
If you want to switch, what just happened to the screen?
Nothing.
Wait, where did it go?
Line 11. 11.
Oh, thank
10,
you.
11.
If you want to switch stacks with me, I can, if you want to make sure.
Sure.
You might take a look at what I have.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm just going to set these to the side.
I would maintain my relevance objection.
It's a reputation of a public person, so that's out in the public. They're not coming into evidence, but he can question about it. And you can redirect about it as well, but I just want to make sure.
Oh, Your Honor, with this one, I would propose to read the title, but then the subtitle as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I see the subtitle?
Oh, after this, I only have one little module, and then I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can I get that back from the witness? Maybe it might make sense for me to.
That one. You can take mine if you like.
Okay, I think there were only 4. I can just take his out really quick.
Okay.
Do you want to give this to the witness, please? And then this has the full set.
Okay.
But I'll let you know when I skip over one.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
Open court, end scene. Ron Bourne is just a right dick of a human being, isn't he?
I love how he was teaching the judge about what defamation is. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, and I also think, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if this was the right call specifically. Maybe because, like she said, it's out in public. People know about it. They've read it or whatever. But even saying we're not allowing them into evidence, but you can read the headline, to me is like, well, why? What is if you're saying it's not relevant and it shouldn't be admitted into evidence, then I think you shouldn't even be able to talk about the headlines because, for one, who is verifying that what was written in those are true? It could be from the Globe. It could be from the Inquirer. It could be a total garbage.
Could be Daily Mail. Could be any number of things.
It could be.
And I mean, it's not like the headlines aren't usually the most sensational thing about the article. I mean, they deliberately
Always.
go out of their way to.
They're deliberately misleading, and I will admit that I have written misleading headlines myself for the clicks.
Hashtag
Yeah.
clickbait.
Yeah,
Okay,
clickbait
fox. I mean, Johnny himself said, these are dregs, sir. I mean, they're rags. I mean, exactly.
I've written sarcastic headlines where the headline actually is the opposite of what's in the article. So if
Megan Fox, sarcastic? No.
No, it's very hard to believe. But I mean, there's taking anything from a headline is really irresponsible, if you ask me. I mean, that's silly.
I agree, but I don't know if the judge... I feel like the problem is that the venue, specifically being in Virginia, if this were a courtroom in... Okay, let's say that you took it to LA, and let's say that the anti-SLAPP thing wasn't an issue, and we were able to get all of this in. A judge in Los Angeles would much more likely be aware of the fact that, tabloid headlines are not really very reflective. And, I mean, even though I know it's common sense, I feel like it's the kind of thing that might be more industry specific, possibly. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Mrs. K. Griff says they probably wanted to use the Onion as a source. Didn't they at one point?
I think they might have.
I mean,
they might have used something like the
I think they
Onion.
did use something from the Onion, and people were like, no, that's a parody.
Was that,
The
are you talking about the
LA
amicus brief that was lodged by the Onion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone else was quoting from the Onion as if it was like a serious source.
The LA Times and I think it was either NBC or one other big network wrote an article, and specifically in the LA Times, that Jason Momoa testified at this
That's
trial.
what it was.
Yes,
That's
no,
what it was.
So
Richard Winters.
what
yes,
you
specifically
cannot
wrote that.
trust anything that the media writes, and so putting that in the court with no foundation, with no going through the article to see what's what, is totally irresponsible. Totally,
Right, because that one guy, he saw a TikTok video where somebody, mocked up a whole thing that made it look like Jason Momoa was testifying. This guy, I believe his name was Richard Winters.
It was a meme
extremely
video.
stupid man, extremely stupid, and could not tell the difference between a TikTok parody and actual testimony. So he didn't really watch the trial.
That's because the media didn't watch the trial. They just wanted to tell us what their narrative was.
But see, they call it trial by
so
TikTok.
Irresponsible.
Megan, they've called it.
Irresponsible.
They've called it trial by TikTok. And the hilarious thing is that the media itself used TikTok and pretended like it was the real thing, which is
right.
Yeah.
We,
the
on the other
irony.
hand, were glued to our seats for 8 to 10 hours a day, watching every single minute of this trial. And I know that the media didn't, because if they had, that story would never have gotten out there. But it did, and I got them because it was so embarrassing. They had to make retractions and apologies, and it was hilarious.
I got a screenshot before they took it down.
I did
really
too. I
Sweet.
published it on
Oh,
PJ
cool.
Media. It was hilarious.
Nice.
That was the moment where I decided that mainstream media was maybe not the source to follow for this particular story.
No.
Well, there's a very, very short sidebar here that comes up next. We're not even halfway through the day yet. There's so many sidebars.
I'm going to say, though, that call to me was a wrong one for the judge. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it at all. I think a reasonable judge would have said, we're not bringing in any headlines from any of this because we can't verify if any of it is if any of it's true. So sorry, move on.
But what I didn't like was the argument that he's making. Well, saying that someone is an alcoholic and on drugs, it would be extra defamatory if they were clean, but everybody knows that Johnny Depp is an alcoholic on drugs, so therefore it wasn't really defaming him, was it? It was just.
But that's a whole different thing. Ruining
That's
your reputation as a rock star and a movie star does not get ruined because you have a drug problem. But it sure does get ruined. It does get ruined when you are accused of spousal abuse. And that's what this case is about. It is not about his reputation as a drug user. Everyone already knew that, and it wasn't reputation ruining. He still got hired. He was making tons of movies. It was kind of a joke with Captain Jack Sparrow with the drinking of the rum.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that was part of Johnny. We knew that Captain Jack was based on him, really. And so it's not, and everyone loved it. Everyone freaking loved it. People love the happy drunk, and we all had sympathy for him for having addiction problems. That did not ruin his reputation.
Well, and also in Hollywood, drug use is not really a reputation ruiner anyway.
No.
Like I believe it was the one agent whose name I forget. He got up on the stand and he said, in Hollywood, you deal with divas and drugs and some drama. Like that's kind of part of it. It's not. It's to be expected.
The majestic American woodcock with $20 says it doesn't matter if the headlines are true. They're offered to show other people are saying bad things about him for other reasons, meaning he has a bad reputation. They want the jury to infer truth, but that's not the stated intent.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what the
yeah.
judge decided, right? So that's what the judge decided. I just think it was the wrong call specifically, but it's okay because that she decided it because people saw through it. People were like, well, no, he didn't really have a bad reputation. He had a good reputation. So it was only when the wife abusing stuff came out that suddenly he was canceled and fired and now being spoken about in this really awful way and Me Too'd and all that. So it didn't work.
And the Chuggy Show live with a $5 super chat. Oh God, forgive me for tuning into another creator who just wants to do nothing but insult their chat. I will never cheat on you again, my captain. Well, you're a loser and you suck and fuck off. Just kidding. Thank you.
More to the point, name and shame. Who were you watching?
Yeah.
Hey, no, probably don't want to know.
What show? Well, I believe in
Thank you
chat
so much, Chuggy
shaming.
Show.
I believe in chat shaming, but I love you dearly. I love all of you. I shame with love.
I joke the Chuggy Show. I just thought I thought that was funny. Please don't think I was actually seriously saying that about you.
All right. Now,
Right.
I'm going to start from number 1. Your Honor, this is.
Oh, as to what Sean Bailey said. Yeah. All right. We are doing sidebars, huh?
Where are we?
What
line?
Line 4.
Okay.
This is about him learning about it. It's not for the truth.
It is the truth.
Do you want to approach?
Sidebar. She's soliciting testimony on what Sean Bailey said to him about what Disney was going to do with him. It's hearsay.
Well, I was asking about how he learned about it.
Okay, redirect him.
Thank you. There we go. So that was that little short sidebar.
Quickie.
And in that short little time frame, we got one more super chat from Torin3. Everybody needs to keep the gel man amnesia effect in mind when reading/watching any news story. Also, thank you so much for yesterday, Jeff. It was a pleasure to stop by your stream and watch you weave your craft, to watch you make those awesome, cool Japanese braided things that you do, which nobody else can do except for the Japanese people that braid them. It's awesome. He makes these exquisite, like Japanese style, traditional Japanese style, like braided, like, what do we want to call them? You can be like wall hangings or belts or whatever. Just, it's awesome. They're way, way cool. And he's made them for everybody. And he said he was going to make one for me. and it takes so long. He said he should be ready about February.
Well,
So
putting a lot of
some
time and
seriously
effort into it.
Yeah, so we popped into his stream yesterday and said howdy. So thank you, everyone. Torin3 is his website if you want to go and see what the hell I'm talking about, because I'm shit at articulating it. It's like if you took Navajo beadwork and made it Japanese style. It's amazing, but just go check out his channel, Torin3, to see what he really does. Watching him do it is much better than listening to me say stupid shit about it, because I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you so much for that super chat. Now we shall skip ahead to the next sidebar. Next. Wait, why isn't it going? There we go. Wait, we just read that one. Moving right along to the next one. Click. This is a long one. Mr. Rottenborn starts this one. Okay, well, I'll reserve other objections to portions of the document, depending on what she's going to ask about. It could be hearsay.
She's asking to put it all into evidence right now.
Well, then I would object to that at this point.
All right. You want to come forward?
Your Honor, it's a contract. It's not hearsay. It's an agreement amongst partners.
Well, a contract can be hearsay.
But it can be hearsay. It's a contract.
Is there a...
With the cover letter is over the last...
The cover letter of the contract.
Isn't the first page? Well, maybe not. No.
This isn't
very
the
intelligent.
contract. This
Is
isn't
the
contract.
first page the contract?
Let me see. It says, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, right. So there's a cover letter.
All right. So if we took out the cover letter.
That's fine.
Just a contract without the cover letter.
Certainly.
So 804 minus page 1.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Not all sidebars are exciting. This one wasn't.
I liked all the inaudible. That makes sense.
Okay,
really great.
you have to be Rottenborn so I can be. You have to
Elaine.
be Rottenborn so I can be Elaine, Hayden.
All right.
Sidebar. Starting at 13. Sidebar.
Your Honor, today the audience has been much more rowdy.
I'm trying. Yeah.
And I know Your Honor has, but they've been, well, perhaps Your Honor can say something in addition to it, explaining to them a little bit. I think they can be admonished too.
Well, if I could was waiting for objections, honestly. I'm not going to.
Oh, is that what that's what we should do? We weren't what to do with that.
And I'm just kind of letting you know that, every time...
And sometimes that's trial strategy. So I don't want to say anything. I don't want to interject myself in either one of your cases unless you object to something, except if it gets too loud.
Oh, and I know that it's impacted the jury also. They laugh when they laugh.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to say. I think they got it. I'll do it again if I think there's an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's planned anything distracting.
I don't know. I mean, he has had some comments that if there was an objection, I would have addressed it.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's funny. Thank you, Your Honor.
Are they talking about Johnny?
Yeah, they're saying he's saying witty things and people are laughing.
Oh, so they laugh. Yeah. When
if Amber's team had been objecting, she would have said something about it. But because they kept their mouth shut, she let it go. That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, if people say funny things on the stand all the time, you can't expect juries to not have a normal human reaction. It's like that whole dust up with DUI guy in the face. Everybody had the face. Mm-hmm. I bet there were people in the jury who went,
But you know what I noticed about that sidebar? I noticed something about that sidebar that I thought was kind of funny, and maybe I'm incorrect about this, but I think that Elaine should be referring to them as the gallery. She refers to them as the audience.
Yeah.
which I think
That's
is kind of
interesting.
funny because it's kind of like she's, admitting that this is entertaining and that they're all there to gather and enjoy the spectacle. They're not just the gallery, they're the audience. So I don't know, something was kind of funny about that to me.
I think it's great that the judge was not interfering in that because, it's really not her. I mean, unless they're too loud, like she said, unless they get loud, if people are just chuckling or smiling or, having a little giggle, the judge isn't going to. That's a human reaction. The judge herself was probably trying to stifle a laugh a few times. There were things in this trial that were laugh out loud, fall out of your chair funny.
Well,
Sorry.
if she wasn't, she's just not human.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that she had to sit like this a few times,
Yeah, I'm sure. And
Spicy
I mean,
Draco was fantastic. And I mean, look, you can't stop the jury from human reactions. That's ridiculous. As a judge, that's not your job.
Well, they're not professionals. They're not there to do a professional job. They don't have, the strictures of decorum. They're there as lay people, and as lay people, they're going to react in a human way. So that, it's reasonable.
Amber has the strictures of decorum. Sorry, that was childish.
See, every time I laugh, I have to laugh to this side because I don't want to laugh into my microphone. I don't want to do the same thing that I apparently did before.
Well, Andrew Christian says, I would love to meet. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I would love to meet Judge Penny or anyone on Depp's team, IRL, buy them a drink and ask them to spill the tea.
Unfortunately, the judge would never do so.
No. Nor would any of the lawyers.
Yeah,
no.
They just can't talk, which is unfortunate because I sure would like to. You know who I'd like to talk to is the Darrell Brooks judge, if she would spill, because my God, that woman, as annoyed as I got with her, she still had the patience of Job with that man. And I wonder if if underneath she wanted to just scream and run out of the courtroom, because that's what I wanted to do.
She would have wanted to strangle her. Oh, I almost said a bad word. She would have.
Which one? No, don't say.
He was going to say strangle the cunt.
Okay, if it goes yellow, it's not my fault this time. It's not my fault.
That's what they say in Australia.
It's just like buddy or pal over there. It's like it's not really a swear word over there.
Yeah, that's just it. I would not grace him with that word. I would call him champ.
That
is easily one of the most. It's one of the most insulting things you can say to another bloke over here.
Oh, I don't even.
How you doing,
heard that.
champ?
See, I think you're just making things up about Australia. You could tell us anything and we'd believe it.
That's true, because Australia is like a fake place, and we don't understand anything about it.
Yeah, I actually had one of my Australian friends cop today. He said, "Yeah, we just like to make shit up to impress foreigners."
Well, there is that too.
Well, we also do that over here. I met an Australian person. I had a good friend who tried to convince her that Zaddy meant friend, and so she would refer to him as Daddy all the time. It's my favorite thing.
Well, now speaking of Zaddies, we've got Ben King on the stand now.
Ooh,
how's that for a segue?
Right.
So now Hayden can bring in any particular British accent he wants, even though we're not.
You know I'm not going to swing a British accent. Are you kidding me?
Well, kind of. You're only a couple hundred years removed. About the same as we are, I guess. They think about it. All right, Mr. Moniz, I suppose that's you, seeing as how I'm the evil Nadelhaft the younger.
And the chat was asking me why I wasn't doing Elaine. Like, I tried to do Elaine, but Jeff is way better at it than me. I swear. You don't want to hear me do Elaine. It doesn't work. I don't really have her down, but I think I understand the judge better.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you were born to play Judge Penny. Seriously.
Wait, you're not sharing. I don't see the.
We don't have the screen up.
We don't have the screen.
Why aren't you reading Moniz, Hayden? Why aren't you?
I don't think it's offered for the truth, Your Honor. I think it's just offered to explain his own behavior towards the couple. Some of us come prepared.
Yeah. Valerie Ivy with the $5 super chat. That's what I meant to do. Cough, cough, cough. Read the super chat. Elaine, can you please instruct Depp to stop being likable?
That's what it sounded like. Yeah, that's how it sounded to me. Like that's what
he's winning them over, and we don't like it.
We don't like that he's making everyone feel good and happy, and please make him stop that.
Yeah, it's devastating to our case.
We don't like that everybody else likes it. Oh, hell. All right. Let's start with Mr. Moniz here.
I don't think it's offered for the truth, Your Honor. I think it's just offered to explain his behavior towards the couple.
Can we approach? Oh, we got to give him a little. Let's see here.
What are we doing?
He's trying to work out what accents he wants to give to Nadelhoft.
For Nadelhoft?
Yeah.
Do you want me to continue?
Go with line 8, yes.
All right. I don't know what he's going to say, so I'm not sure.
I think he's going to say no.
He was told that?
He was told by Depp's agent, Depp's assistant, that if it's not offered for the truth, what else would it be for?
Yeah, it's just being offered for the fact, and that it's what he is going to say, I think, is that he was informed. He told her on that basis he was bringing wine. He understood that he wasn't bringing wine to Mr. Depp. It's just to explain his own understanding of the context.
Your Honor, it's hearsay.
Still hearsay. Thank you.
Open court and scene. All right, that was a rather innocuous sidebar. Moving on.
Was that when Ben King was he was testifying that the wine was for Amber?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to make it sound like the $10,000 a month in wine was Johnny.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. It was her and all her succuloader, freeloader, demonic friends.
Oh, Alan, you have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, wow. All right, that's good. Yikes.
All right, where are we starting?
Sidebar.
One, the question was, what did you do after you spoke with Dr. Kipper? Let's get that straight.
So this is when his finger has been severed due to the bottle, and they're looking for it. And they called the doctor on the phone and said, help.
Understood, Your Honor. Mr. King just searched the house for the finger. So he's just going to say he was told he needed to look for the finger. It's not being offered for the truth. It's just being offered to explain why he was going around looking for the finger. He's not going to testify he was told at this point how it was lost. So it's not being offered for the truth. It's purely for the effect on the listener of the finger. Definitely not hearsay, Your Honor. It's simply being offered to explain why he is going.
If he starts saying something about Johnny, we know what he's going to say.
He's going to say he was informed that he needed to go find Mr. Depp's finger.
Okay, not the reason for it?
He was not informed of how he lost the finger.
I think that's fine, okay?
Open court and scene.
Imagine that this case involved an entire discussion about looking for Johnny's finger while this bitch says she had a small bruise on her cheek. Like, what the actual F is going on here? And we had to do how many months of this? By the time we got to the finger thing, the jury should have been like, excuse me, Your Honor, we would like to go home now. We know what we're doing. Can this be over? She couldn't even show us a real bruise, and this man lost a finger so dramatically that people are looking for the finger to reattach it and put it on ice.
And they're like, we don't know how it happened. We just know we're supposed to be looking for the finger. It's not really important at this point in time how it happened. Just find the fucking finger.
He was really giving her the finger.
Good Lord, this trial.
Nice.
With the things that this poor man went through. And I'm sorry, everyone's like, oh, well, don't feel sorry for him. He's got an island or whatever. Money and things do not buy you peace or happiness. In fact, it seems to me that the people who have the most money are the most unhappy, especially when they get hooked up with these demonic succubuses. Holy shit, he went through a lot. This just makes me angry all over again.
Well, that's a hard act to follow, Megan.
I'm sorry, but man, I just want to give him a hug. I would just want to hug this man, and say, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. This should never have happened to you. You should never have lost your fucking finger to this woman.
Wait, can I ask a question? How the hell are half of the sidebars in the last 10 pages of this transcript?
Oh yeah,
What
they're happening every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, they're happening.
This has been a very sidebar-y day. Like a lot of
get into
sidebars. I shall. Yes, Megan.
I'm looking at this. He's going to say he was informed he needed to go find Mr. Depp's finger. Like,
But not why.
We've got to keep this out of the ears of the jury. Do not tell them that he's going to look for Johnny's finger.
I do love it that he specifically says he was told he had to go and look for a finger, not why he had to look for a finger.
Just told to do it. Don't ask questions. Well.
Oh, Wolfram, read the super chat.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We'll get there in a second. First, we have Kitchen Knife Rescue with a $2 super chat. Come on, guys, we need to hit the vest goal. That's a great DSP blast. If you know DSP, that is hilarious, especially the part of it. But ironically, that $2 chat about reaching DSP's vest goal actually put us over Doggo Cam limit. We have dogs. We've got doggage.
And I love it. They're always at ass first. I don't know what the deal is with these dogs. Can't you get them to turn around? No.
Well, let's see if I can not disconnect. Ah, fuck! I disconnected.
Oh no!
It'll come back in due course.
Strawberry butts forever, Mrs. K. Griff says.
Strawberry butts forever.
Oh man, strawberry.
We'll just leave hyperventilating Yoda
there.
there.
We go.
We just wanted to see a little doggo face. Just show your face.
See, and Yoda's like, I can just sit here and hyperventilate on the veranda, or I could go get a drink of water in the other room. I guess I'll just die of heat stroke.
Yoda
here.
knows you're talking about him, her.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a her, him.
Yoda's a boy.
Yoda.
Wolfram says,
knows
have
Yoda
ring Nadelhoff's part.
I'll do that if you want, but
it's hilarious.
And Digger 420, member for 12 months for a whole year. If I was Hayden, you'd have a free T-shirt, but I'm not. So congratulations, Digger 420. Woo! I've been a member for a whole year. Vice Squad for the win. Thanks, Jeff, for all you do. No, thank you for being a supporter for an entire year, Digger 420. That's like almost the whole time. Wow. That's special. Thank you. Thank you so much, Digger.
We truly do.
Nah, it's not happy Yoda. It's just dying of heat stroke Yoda because he's too stupid to go in the next room and have a drink of water. So that's how that goes. All right. Let's move this thing along here. Let's go to the court. Oh, wait, that's open court. We've already done that.
Line 11.
There we go.
Wait, where are we at? Line 11?
We're at line 10.
10. Transcript.
Correct. But
the highlighted parts are the ones you want to play?
Yeah, highlighted parts are the ones I want to play. It's on page 5 and 19.
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor. Who's talking here?
This is a statement from Mr. Judge and is evidence from an agent of Mr. Depp. Excuse me. I got to work on it. Something's not right with Nadelhoft.
You would have to lay a foundation, and Mr. Judge is no longer with us. So
Line 4, Nadelhoft.
It's been testified to 20 years, Mr. Judge. I think actually Mr. King testified that he was...
Your Honor, even if he can get around the hearsay on this...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my head. Nothing on my sleeve, and presto. And it's also present impression as well.
Your Honor, even if he can get around the hearsay on this, there's no foundation for Mr. Judge's knowledge. He's not able to testify. He's 6 foot under. What's the foundation for even hearing his voice?
You can't say
Laughing
he's 6
too
foot
hard.
under. You can't say he's 6 foot under. I can't ask if it's his voice.
Regardless, there's no foundation for Mr. Judge's knowledge. It's still hearsay.
And then on page 9, there's Mr. King.
Can I see your... I'm sorry.
Page 9.
Who is Jay?
That's
Oh, Jerry Judge. I mean, Your Honor, this is all...
There's a question about what's happening at the time. It's not talking about.
I'll sustain the objection. It's not coming in.
Can I ask? So you're saying this is all hearsay? I just want to make sure.
It's hearsay. Mr. Judge is obviously deceased, so we can't lay a foundation.
Can't say he's 6 foot under, Hayden. It's also a statement that has an interest of a party person. Yay, party
That's
person.
Mr. Judge's statement.
Okay.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
I just love that. I want to do that again. Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm dying.
We know when Jeff's hit on the right voice.
Yep.
Oh. Read Daily Quick Bites.
Exactly. I was going for the Lenny from Looney Tunes. Yeah, you have mice and men like, I'll love him and squeeze him and pet him and hug him and call him George. That's exactly what I was going for. Exactly. Bonus points to Daily Quick Bites for picking that up.
Oh no.
Yeah, it should sound like it because that's what I was going for.
Shit.
Oh man.
No, all right. Continuing, moving right along.
Should we start with
Your Honor?
okay again?
No, because that'll just ruin it some more. Your Honor, I do want to. I don't want to make. I do want to. I don't want to make you upset. This guy's a fucking toolbox. Your Honor, I do want to. I don't want to make you upset, but I do want to. For the record, I want to ask about another recording. I understand your ruling is going to be with Mr. Judge, Miss Judge.
Okay. So I'll sustain the same for the record. I'll sustain the objection.
So it's clear it would be Exhibit 380.
380?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to sustain that it's hearsay. Is that right?
Any other objection other than foundation?
Hearsay, foundation. I think that covers it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Open court. And scene.
Wait. Hayden, did you change the voice?
He did, like weirdly.
Oh, you weren't here for the Bullwinkle change? Oh, God.
I was here for the Bullwinkle change.
Lenny
but
Bullwinkle
I
kind of
and I love that.
mishmash.
I had to get tea.
And
I'm
for
just
actual
catching up.
kick.
Speaking
This is
of,
sidebars.
I need more coffee. I need more coffee. So can we
All
hold
right.
off on the next one? Till I
We
come
can.
back?
We can.
We're in recess for a moment, folks. I'll be right back. Or at least
Oh,
I am.
wow. That's funny. Oh, God. We have I think this is our first Polish zloty super chat I've ever gotten in my life. We have 10 Polish monies. Sidebars are more spicy than some trial parts, lol. Exactly. Because this is, people, they have to put on a show in the courtroom. When you get into the sidebars, that's when people just get to, that's when the gloves come off. They can be a little more looser. They can make their accusations, and they can say things they couldn't normally say on the record. Wow. Oh my God, my face hurts from that.
That was enormous.
All right.
Funny. That the voice just fits really, really perfectly.
That was just somehow that came to mind.
It's too good. It's way too good. Well, because I don't think we really heard. We didn't really hear Nadelhoft speak during the trial very much, did we? I don't think he was doing any of the questioning. I don't think that he,
He did.
I don't think we don't really know what his voice sounds like, do we?
He did a couple of the questionings.
He did? I don't recall that.
Yeah, he was entirely unforgettable. He was like mini Rottenborn.
You mean entirely forgettable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what I said? What did I say?
You said entirely
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable.
You
That's what he said.
You're such a ham.
Unforgettable. Sorry.
You're really chewing the scenery, you guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Megan, come back. We're an hour and 56 minutes into this, and I believe this is the last sidebar of the day. God, the last 2 days, we've got through 1 day of sidebars. Ugh. But
it takes a little time.
I was anticipating us probably getting through a little more than we did today, so I sped ahead to look at day 10. That's when Elaine starts to look really stupid in some of these sidebars.
Starts to. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Megan. Come back, young lady. No, says Just Dawn. Keep going. We're like, nah, we got to do 2 hours. It's, we got to kind of cut it off after 2 hours. We all still have jobs we need to do and go to, and LSAT tests to study for and whatnot. And Megan's got her own stream probably scheduled to start right now over on Locals. So as soon as she gets back from Coffee Land, we'll wrap this up with probably, as I said, the final sidebar of the day. But while we're doing this, we can look at who we want to. I would encourage everyone to go over and watch Megan on Locals after this. But we got to send you somewhere when we're done. So let's choose where we're going to send everybody to here as of right now. Let me go to the content live. Today, customization, redirect. Let's see, is anybody redirecting here right now? Looks like we're going to Nicholas Starov, Iowa v. Henry Dinkins verdict watch. That's where we'll all be sent. I would encourage everyone to go over to Megan Fox on Locals and listen to stories from the restaurant. Because they're always funny because they didn't happen to me. Yes, we are going to Nicholas Starov. Libby's still asleep. I need her entertainment, damn it. Just enjoy the quietude alone in silence. For the sake of Polish fellows crowding the chat, wink. Spooky Spoon, hi Jeff, you got here just in time for the end. And Valerie Ivy says, yeah, the best sidebars during Amber Heard's cross. Elaine literally proves she can't lawyer. Well, she confirms that she can't lawyer. She sort of kind of proved that throughout this entire trial. Yes, he was the one that objected to his own question.
Oh, that was him. That was Nadelhoft.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that was Nadelhoft that objected to his own question.
Right. Yeah, objection. But you asked the question. No. That was very good. I liked that.
Yes, he was the one that objected to his own question. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so the Bullwinkle voice was perfect then.
Megan, intermission, large screen doggo cam time. Oh, yeah, I guess we don't have to do that, do we? Yeah, there we go. This is a dog dying of heat stroke. No.
Bring him his water, damn it.
Yeah.
Looks thirsty.
Because it's like 8 steps away from him. It's literally out this door and around the corner.
It's too far, obviously.
Obviously, yeah, just too weak. My Polish brethren. Welcome back, Megan Fox.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, Yoda stopped panting. It's the end.
Oh, look at Yoda's just like completely passed out now with it. Oh wait, here we go. You're back. He's back.
He's
It's just
alive.
momentary.
He lives.
I just think Yoda always looks like he has lipstick on, like it. The new version of like the It clown. He just looks like he has like this little lipsticky things
With like
going
the
up.
Cheshire smile kind of.
Anyway, we are here, and I believe this is the last sidebar of the
He's
day.
had enough.
Yeah. So I'm getting all camera shy.
Oh, good. I'm getting excited about Tales from the Restaurant too. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun.
Was that supposed to start like 5 minutes ago?
No, I didn't set it up yet. I was just gonna do it after the stream. I'm not in any hurry. I was just while I was getting my coffee though, I was teaching my son how to tackle without using his head, which is because he's just started football and he used his head first and he snapped his neck back and his neck's been sore for a week. And I'm like, buddy, you tackle with your shoulder. Like, let tackle mommy's knees. Let's go. Go with your shoulder. And so he was getting it in the kitchen while I was waiting for my coffee. He's so cute. God, there is nothing cuter than 9-year-olds in football gear.
Oh, I saw the photo you posted of him. It was adorable.
Oh, so adorable.
Really
but
cute.
Nerve-wracking. I had to watch him get his clock cleaned. He got knocked over and he fell. Instead of learning how to fall, on his shoulder or going down, he fell straight back and he got his clock cleaned.
Ouch.
And poor thing, bell rung. I was like, and my husband would not let me move from my seat. You sit right there. Stop it.
Builds character. He's not dead.
And he wouldn't. He's like, do not go to him. Do not look at him. Do not do anything to him. Leave him alone. This kid went to the sidelines and sat there looking at the sunset for a while with his helmet off. And I said, I'm thinking to myself, boy, he's contemplating his life choices right now. and my husband, and the whole time, my hairdresser, whose son is there, also, she's in front of me. She's texting me because she doesn't see me, going, who is here with your son? Who is here? And I'm like, I am. I'm behind you. She's like, what? She comes up to me and she goes, I almost ran over to him. I said, he won't let me. My Mr. Fox won't let me. She's like, oh my God, this is so hard to watch. We were both just like,
you're a terrible parent.
But you know what? In a few minutes, that kid put his helmet back on, snapped it back on, and ran back out onto the field. And he never looked at me. I was very proud. But also
there you go. See, the old man knows what he's talking about.
I know.
That's how you teach resilience.
I know. My husband goes, see, I told you.
Yep.
I swear to God, thank God for men. I would ruin a son. I would ruin him. I would just because women we can't help ourselves. We just want to baby them, and it's a bad, bad move.
It is. Speaking of bad moves, Mrs. Bredehoft wants a sidebar. There's a good segue.
Your Honor, may we approach? Your Honor, there are 2 court orders requiring them to produce all the photos, and they did not produce those. I would like to be able to get the court to order Mr. King to turn them over.
Okay.
If not, we're asking for spoliation instruction. I just want to give the court that.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, this is obviously not something who's employed by Mr. Depp.
Understand. The question is, are those photos in your custody?
They're not in our custody, possession, or control, but we have no objection to him turning.
Well, we'll get them before he leaves. Get everything that's on his phone and we'll turn it all over.
Those are after the close of discovery, obviously. But yeah, if he has the photos he hasn't produced, then yeah, that's fine.
Sure. Why don't you get them tonight? Turn them over tonight to Miss Bredehoft so she can have them. And he's subject to recall. So if we need to call him back at any time, we can call him back. I'll give you leeway to have questions. Obviously, you can waive it today.
And just as a point of clarification, Your Honor, this is not a witness that is a UK resident, not subject to subpoena.
I know, but he said he handed over 10 to 20 photos. It may be prior counsel. I don't know, but still, this resolves the issue. I think we can take care of it from there, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, this comes to the end of our day, so we're going to excuse you for the evening. Again, do not do any outside research. Do not talk to anybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great evening, and thank you.
Whereupon the jury exited the courtroom and the following proceedings took place, which we don't care about.
And if I recall, those photos that they were after did not help Amber at all. There was blood splattered all over the place. There were, I know what they wanted. I know what they wanted. They wanted the pictures of the scrawled writing on the mirrors.
Yeah.
And then they tried to say that shit Amber wrote was stuff that Johnny wrote. And you could tell by looking at it, it was hers because
It was
she was
totally her
like,
handwriting.
It was totally her handwriting. And she was writing stuff like, she was referring to Marilyn Manson. I was sure of it the second I saw it when she said, Carly Simon did it better or sang it better.
Did it better, babe. Yeah.
Did it better, babe.
Yeah.
That was
because it was written. Well, it was written with lipstick. And my question is, how does a man who's just had the tip of his finger cut off hold a lipstick tube with dexterity to be able to? I mean, he could have taken one of her lipsticks, I suppose, but to have the dexterity to do that when you're just freshly Little Richard did way he was.
And she was insulting him because she was insulting his friend who did a remake of a Carly Simon song. That's what that was about.
Oh.
And I think Johnny played on that song with him.
You're so vain. That's what you think the song is about.
That's what that was. I actually didn't know that, Megan. That's a really interesting tidbit. I was not aware of that. Carly Simon did it better, babe. Oh, interesting. Interesting tidbit.
And I don't know which song it was. It might have been Your Song, babe.
It is.
Remake. Let me see. Was it that one?
I had a dream there were clouds in my
And I believe that either in Johnny Depp, it was a duo. Oh. They did a duo together. Johnny was playing, Marilyn Manson was singing, and they did. And you should look it up because that's exactly what that was. That was an insult
there we go.
Against Manson. Why would Johnny have written that?
It didn't make any sense in the first place. I mean, the writing was smaller. It was in lipstick. It was not possible to hold a lipstick tube in that fashion. But that makes perfect sense. Wow, Megan. Fascinating.
I knew it as soon as I saw it. I was like, that's not Johnny. That's Amber. And they lied and they said that he wrote that. And it made me so angry. I'm like, clearly you don't have access to Google. Okay, because all I had to do was type in Carly Simon, Johnny Depp, and it came up. Marilyn Manson, Johnny Depp duo.
There you go.
I'll have to listen to that now.
We've solved the. I knew because I had Google last year too. But we solved that mystery, and we also solved the mystery of hitting the wall just with a Google search or two.
That's my
does
journalism instinct.
Does this make you more than medium smart now?
That's just my journalism instinct. I'm still medium smart.
Okay. Where did Megan go for coffee? Columbia?
Sorry, I was giving an impromptu football lesson in the kitchen. I was making my son tackle me because to protect his neck. Yeah, I don't want to see that happen again. That neck snap made me very, very worried.
Ugh.
I've been rubbing salve on that since, giving him little massages because his poor little neck, he's like, ow, ow, ow. You know how you get a neck cramp.
Whiplash.
Yeah, whiplash. And he's got football tomorrow again. So I'm like, well, we're going out in the yard after I do my local stream. And I'm going to throw him a few while he's wearing his helmet because I think he can't see the ball very well. He's getting used to the helmet, they're so small and those helmets are so friggin' big. So.
Well,
suck it up, Buttercup. Put your helmet back on and go out there and kill someone on the field of battle.
Yeah, I'm not quite at that stage yet, but that's why I'm not allowed to go to practice anymore without Mr. Fox. He's like, you can't. You're not allowed to be here without me. So, yeah,
wow.
He knows I'll screw it up.
Diggers 420, thanking everybody for the like, subs, super chats, and gifted subs. Our Law Rax loves the attention. We sure love to give it to him. Well, speaking of which, are the three of you coming back tomorrow for day 5?
Hell yeah.
I'll be here. Yeah, I'll be here.
I've got the trip out to the regional office the day after, so I'm a maybe. But I'll let you know.
Definite maybe again. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds great, but we've been doing this for 2 hours and 10 minutes, 10 minutes longer than I had planned, but we did get through another day. Things will go faster. There's not so many sidebars in the next couple of days, I believe. So we'll be able to burn through a couple of days each day until I think we get to Amber Heard. Well, so I will just let each of you go around and do your own little grifty thing here. We'll start with you, Megan.
Oh, well, join me on Locals right now because I'm headed over there. I'm going to set up a stream. We're going to do meganfox.locals.com, Tales from the Restaurant. I've been working double shifts for like 4 days in a row. And oh my God, do I have the tales about the entitled people and some nice people too. We had some really fun and a really great, some good stuff happening at the restaurant too. So join me over there because it's going to be hilarious.
All right, there she is. And of course, she has the Trump mugshot whose eyes follow you around the room behind her.
I noticed you framed that. I love that.
Uh-huh.
And Chandler Remington, what do you got to say for yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Chandler Remington. I'm a paralegal from Los Angeles, California, and I just got monetized on YouTube yesterday. So I'm going to be doing some streams this week. I have something for tomorrow. I don't know what the topic is going to be yet, but it's probably going to be something about misandry, something, about feminism being horrible. And then, of course, on Friday, I'm going to have my weekly F-Feminism stream at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I will see you all, hopefully, on my channel tomorrow, or maybe on an impromptu stream today.
And what is your channel?
Well, it's at Remy_legal, REMY_legal. Right there.
There you go. And Aussie Overlord, let's bring you on up and let you grift your griftiness.
If need be. Hello, people. Aussie Overlord. Most of you should know me by now. Aussie Overlord on YouTube. I am pushing hard for Twitter. If you don't watch me there, feel free to watch me over on Rumble. More or less getting back into the daily shows now. Had this morning off because we had to go and see the Little Overlord school for enrollment for big school next year. But there's videos, there's shorts galore, and yeah, we'll have the after party on Friday, so Thursday morning your time, for those of you in the US. And yeah, keep an eye out because we're going to start having guests. We've got a few other things in the pipeline. But as always, people, please remember, you're not a piece of shit. You do have value and you do contribute to society, especially when you hit that like button for Jeff.
And Hayden.
And me. And
There
everybody
you go.
else on the panel.
Not especially you, though. All righty. And we have Strawberry here who's just chawing on a bone. Doesn't really care about anybody but herself. She just needs her next meal. Is that long enough?
A little bit longer.
Okay. All right.
That works.
And that's Strawberry. She's grifting for tomorrow's doggo cam. Now what do I do? Okay, there we go. And as for me, thank you to everybody in chat. Mods, thank you so much for being here and doing your moddy stuff. Thank you, chat. You are the greatest chat. Vice Squad is the best chat of all. You are the best chat of all chatiots that ever chatted. Thank you so much for the super chats, for the support you give. And tomorrow we'll be back again, hopefully with our same little panel here. And then Thursday will be Chandler and I doing our OJ as we do every Thursday. And then perhaps Friday we'll be back again. Perhaps we won't. We'll see how that works. And that'll take us up. And then next Friday, a week from this Friday, will be the September F It Friday stream. And that's about all I got going on right now. We're just going to grift this thing as long as we can.
Thanks, everybody. I got to run. I'll see you guys later.
We are all out. Thank you, Megan.
Right.
Run. We'll see you over on your channel over there on Locals. And guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. So let's see. I think we are done. We've got nothing else to read. So all right, everybody, we're gonna go over and raid Nicholas Starov, but I would also urge you to go over to Megan's Locals channel and listen to stories from the restaurant. Hayden, I hope we see you tomorrow. Chandler, we'll definitely see you tomorrow. I live with Strawberry, so that's cool. And Megan has guaranteed she'll be back tomorrow, so we'll see how much we get through. Thank you again, everybody. This is me, Larax, saying buy my merch, and whatever you do, make sure you always enjoy your legal vices.
How dare you?